Hi, everyone. This is Kari with Consistently Creative Crew. I'm with Colleen Day and Cheryl Bliss, and this is our Wednesday photo time, which is on November 6th. And this is our last one for the year. And I wanted to share a number of things with Forever. I'm going to just go back to the Forever website. And because there's a number of things that have come up on the blog post recently, and one of them is about a contest. Well, it's actually not really a contest. It's well, I guess it is a thing that they have here called Send Your Holiday Cheer and Get $20. So they have get a $20 print coupon for submitting your print unboxing video. So if you order any print product video, and submit a video that you give Forever permission to use on social media, they will send you a $20 print coupon to use at forever.com. And they have some details here about shoot it vertically because that allows for the best experience on Instagram as well as Facebook. Be sure to mention Forever and ease of use. Show your enthusiasm and be authentic. And if you can show it with in a well-lit space, highlight any special details, and then keep it between 15 to 30 seconds and submit it. And they said all of them should be submitted to this email address, which is stories@forever.com by November 20th. So that's still 2 weeks from now. And this coupon will be sent November 25th. It's stackable and it would be through the end of the year. And then they have something here, which I'm not quite sure what they're alluding to, but it says video your recipient opening their Forever Crate and Print present during the holiday season, because we might have something in store for you later on. So just a little fun thing. And it looks like it isn't really a contest. It looks like you do record a video, send it to Forever, and they'll send you a $20 print coupon. So that leads me into, let's talk about creating some holiday gifts for the season. So first thing that I wanted to share was that Forever put out this really great double-sided holiday shopping gift guide, which focuses on all of the products that they have. But the first two is a 40-ounce tumbler, which is awesome. It's a double wall tumbler. It's 40 ounces. You can put photos on it. There's some great templates on the website. In addition, we've had ornaments for a number of years, but they now have a new snow globe ornament, which has the wonderful glitter snowflakes that are inside the ornament. And that is a new one, and it's very popular already this year. So there's photo books. There's also holiday cards. So if you have not made your holiday cards yet, I recommend you checking out Forever. And we've got blankets, which are a family favorite of mine. And since my daughter took one with her to when she moved, I have to make some more blankets here. We've got our calendars. In addition, we've got planners and notebooks. We've got additional drinkware with mugs, water bottles, and frosted glasses. There's puzzles in a number of different sizes, coasters, home decor, magnets, as well as all of our normal products. So I will put this PDF in the chat for those of you who are live, and I will link to these on our Facebook page also. In addition, Forever put together this nice holiday shopping list that you can actually use if you're creating multiple gifts to give during this holiday season, so you can keep track of what you have finished. And if you are planning on taking advantage of some of the discounted shipping when you have a minimum amount in your shopping cart, you can also keep track of when things are ordered. So some ideas of who might be on your list and people that you could actually get things for. This was put together by another fellow ambassador with some ideas of wall canvases or photo panels, or maybe you have some family members who need to have some memories digitized. You can take a ornament and make a bag tag out of it, which is a great thing to put on your suitcase, because if you've ever been traveling and a lot of people's suitcases look alike, if you have your own unique bag tag for it, that is obviously printed out as an ornament, nobody's going to grab your luggage or take that one. We've also got wall panels, photo books, memory books, ornaments. There's some notebooks, coaster sets, a number of things here. So I'm just going to run through some of these different ideas. So this is what the new tumbler looks like. You can tell that it's tapered at the bottom, so it'll fit in your car holder. It comes with the option with the straw, so which will fit in the one side, but it also has the spout that you can drink out of, and you can choose which way you want to drink, which is great. So if you don't want to drink through a straw, you don't have to, but the straw is available there and will come with your tumbler. And I love some of the pictures that they have here, and you can see how it sits in here with the straw. And they're 40% off through all of November, and it's still plenty of time to get them time for the holiday season. Snow globe ornaments, highest discount is 30% off, and you can see some of the pictures here and how great they look inside the ornament. We were asked if they were double-sided, and they are not. It was found during testing that it was best to put a white background behind the image so that you would get the brightest and clearest image shining through the acrylic. So they can't really be double-sided because then you'd have the other image shining through. So they did look at that, but decided that that was not ideal for having a great image there. But there's a number of different options for having words and the text that you want. So just some cuties in the ornaments, samples here. The other thing I wanted to share with you is that Forever still has their $15 digitization special for all tapes and film reels that are 50 foot long, and that has been extended throughout all of November. And for people who purchase boxes and then have them dropped off at FedEx by December 13th, they will honor that $15 price. Previous to this, all the years I've been an ambassador, the best price has been $18 per tape. So this is a great price and a great savings, especially if you have a number of tapes. So this is great to take advantage of. In addition, this year, the holiday box that is coming out for gifting at the holidays, everything in the box will be done and digitized at 40% off. And you have until March 25th to return that box. So if you want to give it as a gift, maybe under the Christmas tree for somebody, or maybe to yourself, you still would have 90 days to return it after Christmas, even if you ordered it right now and received it. So that's a great opportunity to give that gift at a highest discount and then return it later on in the new year. And 50% off holiday cards. So here's some samples of some of the holiday cards, and they're very easy to create. Drag and drop templates. You can see this one has foil print on it, so it's a little bit of shimmer. We've got some with rounded corners with multiple photos. This one is square corners, and lots of options for you to choose from. And they are really well done, high quality cards. They've also added to the back this really nice year in the review. So if you want to have a little thing about what your year in review is like, they've added these templates to the card backs, which is a really nice feature. And I think it looks really, really sharp. Another thing that Forever offers, and I started taking advantage of, and I will always use now, is that we can get our envelopes printed with the addresses on them, which is wonderful. So you can have them with your return address only, or with the addressee information all on your envelopes, and then you don't have to print labels or handwrite them. And you can import them from a CSV file, put them into your account, and you can also select who you want to be sending these cards to, and you can do all of that within your account. So I personally have a group of family in my address book. I have a separate group for people that I send my holiday cards to, and I have a separate group of people who I call my forever friends. So all the people who've supported my business. And I have each of those. So depending on what card I'm sending at the time, I can have them all printed out and ready to go. So that address book is great and it's very easy to use. And when you're in your Forever account, you can just click on address book and go right there and make whatever edits you want.
Kari, real quick, what is the CSV?
A CSV is it's like an Excel file, but it is the default spreadsheet file. So if you have things in a file like that, you can actually upload it. And they do have information on the website about what the headings need to be in order to have it import properly.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. So I typically share this meme near the holidays with my forever friends and post it on our Facebook page. So information about where do you need the apostrophe, or when do you need to add an ES to the end of a name. So this is always helpful to people as they're going through and they're addressing their holiday cards. So if you watching this on the recording, be sure to take a snip of it. But for those of you who follow us on Facebook, this will be out on our Facebook page also. And the holiday card to-do list. So the timeline for people, if you want to have things arrive in time for Christmas, if you start choosing your card design now, work on taking your photos here in early November, by mid-November, create and start printing. And if you then by later on in November, you can just take a breath and wait for them to come. Early December, stuff and stamp the envelopes and then drop off your cards by December 13th, and they should still arrive in plenty of time. So depending where you are when you're watching this recording, there's still plenty of time to go ahead and do the cards and get them created. So I also mentioned there's a lot of other photo gifts that Forever has, and they're all 50% off through the month, or they're at their deepest discount. So a number of different ornaments, shapes, and sizes that we have. I love the paw print with all of our furry friends. There's some other nice shapes with hearts and squares and circles. I think the cute dog here with the reindeer ears is very adorable. And some really nice, simple versions of the ornament. I mentioned earlier that my family loves the blankets. So there's a couple of different sizes. There's an indoor blanket, there's an outdoor blanket, there is a baby blanket, and they are amazing. It is amazing to see how they actually create those, as well as how they turn out. The colors are vivid, they are beautiful. So we love our blankets. We actually fight over the blankets because I didn't get one for everybody, and I probably should have. The other thing that I really like is the notebooks and planners. So they offer a hardbound and they offer a spiral bound for both planners and notebooks. They are both wonderful. There are many, many uses for both the planners and the notebooks. There's different page styles in them, and I will demo that in creating those when I'm done with just kind of running through these. So lots of templates to use. So notebook ideas. So I was recently teaching a different class, which I've been doing on Tuesday nights with some other ambassadors, really giving some more time to actually work on these. Notebook ideas we had were travel albums, a gardener who wants to keep track of their planning for their planting season, notebook for family game night. So if you play things like Scrabble or Yahtzee or cards and you like to keep score and write them down, you can always have a notebook for that. I have a notebook for my pets for all of their vet visits and medications. You can have a health journal for doctor's appointments, household notes for things that you need to be taken care of, as well as a financial notebook that has information as you're going through your financial planning. Cover ideas. Sometimes we don't know what pictures we might want to use, but you can use things like inspirational memes or funny memes. I'm sure if you're anything like me, I have a lot of memes that I've screenshot over the years that are funny and entertaining, and or they're very inspirational, and those turn into great covers for notebooks. You could also turn your own photo into a meme by adding text to any image that you have. One other option that I saw, which was really fun, was if you have a favorite color, just by Googling the color, you can pull up a bunch of images in that color and make the notebook color that. So if you Google teal, you could actually pull up a bunch of images of things that are teal, like balloons and pencils and other things, and put those on a notebook for someone's favorite color. Other things like flowers, games, travel, your favorite pets. Then I have some images here of calendars. And the nice thing about these is that the top part is 12 by 12. And so then you can turn that into a scrapbook page that could go right into your own album if you're a traditional scrapbooker. So Forever has put together some images of things that you could gift for grandparents or for moms or for dads, for partners, for teens, for little kids, for new parents, for anyone. And I've talked about the QR codes at various times, but these QR codes, when you scan them, can link to an album or a video or an individual image in your Forever account. And anybody can scan these at a later time and find additional items that might go with this. So you could have a video that is actually recorded, and since you can't put a video on these magnets, you could just link to the video, and then somebody could hear maybe some words or some other things from that day. So the QR codes are a wonderful thing to be able to add to your different print projects. So holiday deadlines. So if you want to have digitization actually done and finished before December 24th, we're really close to that deadline. You've got to postmark and send your filled box by November 8th. So that's just in a couple of days from now. So there's a number of people who have boxes out there and working to fill them. So if you want to get them back in time for December 24th, you do need to get those to FedEx by November 8th. If you would like to gift a box to somebody, an empty box, and have them receive it, and then they can fill it again after the new year, here are the different dates depending on where they are. For US and Canada economy, it's December 11th. US standard, it is December 15th. US expedited is December 18th. And then Canadian, we have here the 11th and the 15th. And then if you're ordering print projects, you want to have things done and ordered for economy shipping by December 5th or standard shipping on the 10th. Expedited by December 13th and rush by the 17th. And the dates for Canada are fairly similar here with December 5th, 10th, and 13th. And all other international, they recommend having things ordered by December 1st. So one tip that I gave when I was teaching this other class is when you are actually making and planning to create some photo gifts, if you identify photos that you want to use or might want to use, you have options for using a tag or an album to actually identify those. Either will work, but I think most people use an album to kind of gather any of the photos that they might want to use in creating those gifts. And if you name that album with leading zeros, it will show up at the top of your list when you put things in alphabetical order, because the numbers will actually show up first. So that is so you don't have to scroll through all of the albums. And if you end up having more photos than you really want to use, you have the option to add a QR code, again, that links to an album that has photos and videos, and you can include whatever you want in there. Couple of other things. Forever has bonus coupons with a purchase of a $100 or $200 gift certificate. So if you want to do a create your own sale where you get the best price for digital art or printing or digitization. At a later date, you basically create your own sale. You can purchase gift certificates and you will receive those bonus coupons. So that is valid and going on all during the month of November. And then for those of you who've seen that facial recognition was launched with Forever recently, they do have a promo going on. So if you purchase facial recognition, you will get an additional 5% off of storage or video streaming. And it was pointed out on one of our calls that Forever Storage is not discounted at all, other than your Club 5 discount, except for this. This is the first discount that they've had on Forever Storage since they went to no discounted pricing. So it is an opportunity to have it be 5% off. And we did learn that if you are purchasing it as a one-time payment, it's 5% off. And if you're doing installment plans for the length of the installment, it would also be 5% off. So this is an option for people who are thinking about getting facial recognition and adding to their Forever Storage account. So I wanted to say thank you for supporting my small business. But before I do that, I want to go and show you, I'm going to create one of those photo gifts. So I'm going to get back to the store. And I wanted to go to the cards and the stationery. So I wanted to go to one of the planners or the notebooks. So in the notebooks, there are a number of different interiors that you can choose. There are lines. There is graph and lined, where the left page is a graph, the right page is lined. There's also the bullet journals where both sides have the dots, and then they have a journal space which has today's plans, a place to write, as well as some journaling. And then I wanted to show the planners because, again, there's a couple of different options. So here they have a month and a week. So there's a 2-page layout here for the month, and then they have the entire week. So you've got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday on the left page, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and some blank spot on the right. Then the weekly format also has the monthly page, but instead of the way this week is laid out, it has the entire week on the right page, but on the left page, it has goals and tasks and a habit tracker. And then there's a daily planner where you don't have any month or weekly pages, and it has this daily schedule with some habit tracking, goals, and notes in here. So all of the planners have 168 pages. All of the notebooks have 120 pages. So I am going to go to a notebook, and I'm just going to show how to create one of these. I'm just going to pick this one. So in the notebook, you have the option for a hardbound or a spiral bound. And so there's a hardbound. You can see this image here. You have the spiral bound. You can see it here. They also have the image of the different interiors, depending on, take a look. So I am going to pick a hardbound. I'm going to pick line pages. And seeing this design color, having this color wheel lets you know that in the design, you'd have a variety of color options that you could use to create. So I'm going to go ahead and personalize this. I wanted to show you, when you're going ahead and creating any of these notebooks, what some of these options were once you were starting to actually create them. So with the options we have up here, the same things that we had on the previous pages, but I could actually change my inner pages. I could change it to a bullet page. If I wanted to change the colors, I have lots of options. I could change them right here. So depending on what I was looking for, there's a number of patterns that are up at the top, and then there's colors down here at the bottom. So again, lots and lots of options, which is kind of fun. Kind of like that one. And let's say you were putting your pictures in here and you were working on this and you decided, this is not the design that I want. You can actually go and pick other designs in here. And I want you to notice that this one has a picture on the front, pictures on the back, and some places to have text here. If I go and I pick this one, You notice this one has pictures on the front. It has font on some writing on the spine, but no image on the back. So depending on which one you're picking, you may have things on the back cover, you may have things on the spine, you may not. So all of them are a little bit different, and there's a lot of different options. Let me see. I want to go back to the one that I was looking at originally, and I'm going to go ahead and change the color again. Oh, that's kind of cute with the paw prints. So I could change it here, and I could type in my name, and we have lots of options for changing the font, the font size. So I kind of like that. I can save that. But let's say, you know, maybe that color is just not working for me. How would black be? Would be black? Oh, black would be even worse. So you have opportunities to change the color and see how it would work. You can also increase the font, well, and decrease the font. You see, when I try to increase it anymore from 22, it will not let me because I think it will be too big for that. But if I go way down, that's as small as it'll let me go, because that's about as small as you would reasonably be able to print. But I can also change the justification. So if I wanted it, if I didn't want it centered, I could change it there. And I think that covers most of the things that are in these options. So just notebooks and planners pretty much have the most options that you can do with all of these, but when you're flipping through and looking at various things to create with Forever Create and Print, it's all going to work very similarly. If there's different options that you have for sizes or types or styles or colors, they're all going to work pretty much the same way. So I think, did I have, oh, I was going to show you one last thing. I was going to show you that album cover. No, this is the one. So this is one that I thought was really neat, where somebody just Googled the color blue and they got a bunch of images off the internet, and they put all of those images here in a notebook. And again, they actually, it turns out really neat. So this is always an option if you don't really know what pictures to use, if you have a favorite color or the person you're gifting it to has a favorite color, you could do that. So, and I'll show one other one. So if you have memes that you've been saving, this is another one where somebody put these 4 different memes on here onto this journal and created that, which was, again, a great thing to do if you don't have any pictures. So there are no questions, I'm just going to close it out here. If you have not created a Forever account and don't have an ambassador and you want to use my ambassador link, it's here, forever.com/ambassador/Kari-Chick. Or you can always use the QR code. So when you scan this QR code, it will actually link to my Forever account. So does anybody who's here have any other questions before I log off? All right.
I have a question.
Yes.
When you are sending photographs, if you happen to get something that's copyrighted, for instance, on my wall, I have a 10 picture that came from a book and I bought it at Hobby Lobby. If you happen to get that in it, are they sensitive in putting that kind of thing in your gifts, things that are copyrighted?
If it's for personal use, the copyright does not tend to be an issue. So as long as you're not actually going to take it and sell it, they're not going to have an issue with it. So
okay,
personal
good.
use, and they trust you if you're going to be purchasing it and creating one. Now, if you're going to take something that looks copyrighted and, you know, create 100, that might raise a red flag. But
Right.
for
No, I
individual
was
things,
thinking
yep,
personal.
right.
Yes.
For individual items, it's not going to be an issue. All right. Well, thank you so much for watching. And if you have any questions or any comments, feel free to drop them in the comments below. And anybody who's here, if you want to create anything or have any other questions, I'll love to help you. So thanks so much.
Thanks, Kari. Lots of good information.